Are the Pittsburgh Steelers going to sign TJ Watt's brother, JJ Watt, for the stretch run for the playoffs? Well, Mike Tomlin, he puts it to rest, and he answers that question on the Pat McAfee show. Also, Pittsburgh Steelers insider gives an update on Cole Holcomb's injury and if he will return soon. Also, there's an update on many other players on the Steelers who were injured this week and could be a game time decision for this Sunday's matchup. But first, before I get more into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, let's start off with the main topic of this video, being JJ Watt to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Does it have any chance of happening? Well, let's go back, because he's been linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers for many years now. Even before he went to Arizona Cardinals, that offseason he was linked to the Steelers, but the Steelers just didn't have enough cap space to sign him, so he eventually just went to the Cardinals, finished his career with them. But he's been linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers ever since, just because TJ Watt is his brother, and just the storyline of the brothers playing together and being on the same field, sharing the same defensive line, and line up next to each other, rushing the passer, and also getting to the running back just together on the same team, and just playing with your brother in general. And JJ Watt has talked about it, how he would love to do that, but he decided to retire, and it seemed as though that storyline was put to rest for good. Well, recently on the Pat McAfee show this season, he said if there was ever a season in which he would come back and it would be his final season, final chance to make an NFL return, it would be this season. So that opens the doors. Would it be the Steelers looking to sign JJ Watt? They have the most cap space in the NFL left by a team. So they do have cap space to sign a player. It may not be to a huge contract, but there's only a few games left in the season, so you wouldn't expect it to be a huge contract. So he's been linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And JJ Watt, he seems as though he would want to make a return, because he has said in the past if he was to come back, it would be for a team he believes has a chance to win the Super Bowl. He wouldn't come back for anything less. And the Steelers right now, they're in first place in the AFC North, and they have a chance at the Super Bowl. So it just seems like those two pairing are a dream. Well, Mike Tomlin, he was asked about this on the Pat McAfee show. Asked about JJ Watt being in the facility for the Pittsburgh Steelers basically all season, last season as well, and just being around the building and being around the players, everything like that. Because if you've seen on social media, JJ Watt has been training at the facility, not for anything really football related, but just being there and just being a part of the team in terms of a family member, another player, being in the organization and being around the team facility. So he has been there. But Pat McAfee, he asked Mike Tomlin, hey, is there any chance JJ Watt would be signed with the Steelers? Are you guys looking to sign him? He said he wants a return. He would like to play. Are you guys looking to sign him? And Mike Tomlin answered that question blatantly. He said the Steelers don't have enough money, enough cap space to sign another Watt. So he puts it to rest. He basically says no. That basically answers the question. No, we are not looking to sign him. We don't have enough money to sign him anyway. So that does it. JJ Watt, he will not be a Pittsburgh Steeler this season or basically any season moving forward. Me personally, I believe if the Steelers really wanted to, if JJ Watt really wanted to, he could sign with the team. I believe it's late in the season where he wouldn't get over a $10 million contract. He would maybe on the minimum. So especially if they want to get something done, they easily can. But at this point, who knows? Is JJ Watt even football ready? Who knows if he's been keeping up with his condition and everything like that. So will he be better than the players the Steelers have on the roster? Would he be a starter? Probably not. Would he be a good depth piece? A good roster rotation player? Yes. But are the Steelers looking to do it? No. So let's move forward. Now let's talk about the second topic of this video. Let's talk about Cole Holcomb, because he went down with a gruesome knee injury a season ago, and he's been out ever since. And we've been looking for some updates on him, and recently we got one. This week, a Steelers insider was talking about Cole Holcomb and how he could be returning soon for the Steelers. Gary Dulac, Pittsburgh Steelers main insider, said, speaking of healthy returns, I was asked last week about the health of inside linebacker Cole Holcomb and how he's coming along, and I said I didn't know, but I would check. Well, I can at least tell you his recovery has been outstanding, and to me, from what I've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if they add him back to the roster soon. At this stage of the season, imagine what fresh legs can do for the depth of the inside. End quote. So it sounds as though Cole Holcomb, he's really close to a return. And he was given a 3-year, $18 million contract ahead of the 2023 season. And he was supposed to be the main guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the inside linebacker group for their team. And he was last season before his injury, alongside Atlanta Roberts. But his injury changed everything, and the Pittsburgh Steelers went a complete different direction. They got Patrick Queen, they added Peyton Wilson in the draft, and obviously they still have Atlanta Roberts. So right now, their depth and their inside linebacker group is really strong. And if they could get back Cole Holcomb, like Gary Dulac says, he could return by the end of the season, then it could be even better for the Steelers. But they have a really good inside linebacker group. They also have Mark Robinson, who's a really good heavy hitter, special teams guy. They also have Tyler Medikevich, a special teams player. So they would have to cut probably someone from that group. I believe Cole Holcomb, if you could get him back and just be someone for a depth piece, it could be really great. Is he the player that he was before his injury? Maybe not. We're going to have to wait and see. Usually the first year off of injury is not good, and you really have to wait for the second year, so he may not be his full self, but getting him back could be really good because he was playing at a really high level before his injury. And Cole Holcomb, he was supposed to be what Patrick Queen is doing, playing coverage and being able to stuff the run. He was supposed to be able to do both. He was going to be a coverage linebacker and a run stuffer, and he was kind of doing that before his injury. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers had to go find some replacements for him. They get a pure coverage guy in Peyton Wilson. They get a heavy hitter in Patrick Queen in terms of playing downhill in the blitz game and also sideline to sideline. And they also get a coverage guy in Patrick Queen as well. So they really had to find a way how to regroup and kind of go a different route off of the Cole Holcomb's injury. And that's why they restructured him this offseason. They restructured his contract to be able to keep him on the team. They knew he would more than likely miss this entire season. So to be able to keep him on the team, they couldn't be paying him, $6 million per year. So they restructured his contract and they're paying him a little bit less to keep him on the roster. But they still obviously believe he's a good player. If not, they probably would have cut him by now. So Cole Holcomb, the Pittsburgh Steelers are keeping him on the roster, and Gary Dulac thinks he could be returning shortly for the team, and that could be a boost because it just gives another guy at inside linebacker. We know that injuries happen. We know that things happen. Last year, Steelers' whole safety room depleted at the very end of the season. Same with their inside linebacker group. It could happen at any moment, and getting a guy back, and when you don't know what's going to occur, can be huge for the Steeler team. Now, let's move over to the third and final topic of this video, the Pittsburgh Steelers injury report for this upcoming game against the Eagles. They are dealing with some injuries. More than likely, George Pickens will be missing this game with a hamstring injury. It's been ruled that he's doubtful to play, and he just hasn't been practicing as well. So the Pittsburgh Steelers more than likely will hold him out for a couple of weeks and make sure he's fully healthy and ready to go. And also, you look at another player with a hamstring injury, Deshaun Elliott. He has a hamstring injury. He did not practice so far this week, and it's questionable if he's in the play. So if the Pittsburgh Steelers are holding out George Pickens with a hamstring injury, I personally believe they would hold out Deshaun Elliott as well. But who knows? More than likely, you look at what Mike Tomlin said in the media, Deshaun Elliott has a better chance of playing than George Pickens. But at this point, we have to wait until Sunday. Anyway, that's the end of this video, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on all three topics. Basically, the injury report for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Cole Holcomb potentially coming back. How do you think he can affect this team? Do you think he will help this team? Do you think he will come back by the end of the season? Let me know your thoughts. And also, the first topic, J.J. Watt. Do you believe he has any chance of becoming the Pittsburgh Steeler this season? And how do you feel Mike Tomlin basically shutting down that J.J. Watt will not be a Pittsburgh Steeler? Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like I said at the beginning of the video, and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports, everything surrounding Steelers. I cover it. I'll continue to cover it as we head into playoffs here shortly, just like I covered all throughout the season. And even come this off season, just like last off season, I'm covering everything as well. Draft process, free agency. So stay tuned to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.